biological marvel that fuels your every move, thought, and dream. We're talking about your digestive system. It's the ultimate internal road trip, and every meal you eat embarks on this incredible journey. A trip that can take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours from start to finish. Pretty wild, right? And this system never takes a day off. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, and even while you're dreaming, it's constantly on the clock. Think about that delicious meal you just had. Your digestive system doesn't just see food. It sees a complex puzzle of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Its job is to meticulously dismantle this puzzle. It uses both brute force, like the powerful churning of your stomach, and chemical wizardry, with specialized enzymes acting like tiny molecular scissors, to break everything down into its smallest, most useful components. These are the nutrients, the vitamins, minerals, and energy that build your muscles, power your brain, and repair your cells. It's a non-stop, high-stakes operation, and the payoff is literally you, your health, your energy, your life. And of course, it's also an expert at waste management, efficiently sorting and discarding everything your body can't use. So, how does this intricate process actually work? How does a solid piece of food transform into the very energy that's allowing you to understand these words right now? It's not magic, it's biology at its finest, involving a whole team of specialized organs working in perfect harmony. We're talking about the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small and large intestines, and even some crucial helpers like the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. Each one has a unique and vital role to play in this digestive saga. To truly understand this system, we need to break it down into its four fundamental functions, the four main pillars of digestion. These are ingestion, which is the simple act of eating; digestion, the mechanical and chemical breakdown we just mentioned; absorption, where the good stuff passes into your bloodstream; and finally, elimination, the disposal of waste. Over the next few minutes, we're going to explore each of these stages in detail. We'll uncover some surprising facts, bust some common myths, like, does gum really stay in your stomach for 7 years? And give you practical tips for keeping your own digestive highway running smoothly. Are you ready to begin the tour? Our digestive system is an incredible factory, following a precise 4-step process. Let's start with the first function, ingestion. This is the grand entrance, the moment you take a bite of an apple or a sip of water. It's the one part of the process you have conscious control over. What you choose to eat provides the raw materials for your body. As soon as food enters your mouth, your teeth begin the pre-processing work, and your salivary glands kick into gear, releasing saliva that moistens the food, making it easier to swallow. It's the official start of a remarkable journey. Next, the main event, digestion. This is where your body really rolls up its sleeves, using 2 coordinated methods. First, mechanical digestion, the physical breakdown. It starts with chewing, where your incisors cut and your molars grind. Your tongue helps move the food, and once you swallow, powerful muscular contractions called peristalsis push it down your esophagus and churn it in your stomach. Simultaneously, chemical digestion is underway. Fun fact, it begins in your mouth. Saliva contains an enzyme that starts breaking down carbohydrates. In the stomach, powerful acids kill harmful bacteria, while enzymes begin dismantling proteins. The real chemical processing powerhouse is the small intestine. Here, a cocktail of enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver systematically deconstruct fats, proteins, and carbs into their smallest components. Once food is broken down into tiny nutrient molecules, we arrive at step 3, absorption. This is where the good stuff is transferred into your body to be used. This happens primarily in the small intestine, which is ingeniously designed for efficiency. Its inner surface is covered in millions of tiny, finger-like projections called villi. These villi create a staggering surface area. If you could flatten it out, it would cover a tennis court. This massive area allows for maximum absorption of nutrients. Valuable molecules like glucose, amino acids, and vitamins pass through the intestinal wall directly into your bloodstream. From there, they are whisked away to every cell in your body, providing the energy and materials needed for everything from thinking to running. And that brings us to our final function, elimination. What about the parts of food your body can't digest, like certain types of fiber? This leftover material moves into the large intestine. Here, the main job is to absorb most of the remaining water, turning liquid waste into a solid form. Your large intestine is also home to trillions of friendly bacteria, your gut microbiome. These microscopic helpers feast on indigestible fiber, producing beneficial compounds. Once all the water has been reclaimed, the remaining consolidated waste is stored until your body signals that it's time to eliminate it. And with that, the journey is complete, making room for the next meal. Now, let's meet the powerhouse organs making all this magic happen. Think of your digestive system as an elite team of specialists, all working together on a complex assembly line called the gastrointestinal, or GI tract. This long, winding tube is the main pathway, but it has some crucial backup from what we call accessory organs. They don't touch the food directly, but their contributions are absolutely essential. Ready to take a grand tour of this incredible internal factory? First stop, the mouth, or as scientists call it, the oral cavity. This is where digestion officially kicks off with two simultaneous processes. The first is mechanical digestion. Your teeth are specialized tools. The sharp incisors at the front cut your food, the pointed canines tear it, and the flat, broad molars in the back grind and mash it into smaller, more manageable pieces. Your tongue is the master manipulator here, skillfully moving the food around and mixing it all together. At the same time, chemical digestion begins. The moment you smell or even think about food, your salivary glands spring into action. They produce saliva, which does more than just moisten your food. It contains a special enzyme called amylase, which immediately starts breaking down complex carbohydrates or starches into simpler sugars. Fun fact, you produce about 1 to 1.5 liters of saliva every single day. All this chewing and mixing transforms the food into a soft, round bundle called a bolus, perfectly prepped for the next stage of its journey. Next, when you swallow, the bolus moves into the pharynx, a passageway at the back of your throat that serves both the respiratory and digestive systems. To prevent a traffic jam, a brilliant little flap of cartilage called the epiglottis acts like a trapdoor, snapping shut over your windpipe to ensure food goes down the right tube, the esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube, about 10 inches long, that connects your throat to your stomach. It doesn't rely on gravity. Instead, it uses powerful, wave-like muscle contractions, called peristalsis, to actively push the food along, much like squeezing toothpaste from a tube. This process is so effective, you could even eat while hanging upside down, though we definitely don't recommend trying it. After its trip down the esophagus, the bolus arrives at the stomach, a J-shaped muscular pouch. Here, the food will hang out for a few hours, undergoing a serious chemical and mechanical workout. The stomach's powerful muscles churn and mix the food, while its walls release potent gastric juices. These juices are a cocktail of hydrochloric acid and enzymes. The acid is incredibly strong, helping to kill off harmful bacteria that might have hitched a ride on your food. It also creates the perfect environment for the star enzyme of the stomach, pepsin, to get to work. Pepsin's specialty is breaking down large protein molecules into smaller pieces. Ever wonder why the stomach doesn't digest itself? It's protected by a thick layer of mucus that lines its walls. This intense mixing and digesting process transforms the food into a thick, soupy liquid called chyme. Then it's onto the small intestine, and small only refers to its diameter. If you were to stretch it out, it would be over 20 feet long. This is the real MVP of digestion, the main stage where the vast majority of nutrient absorption happens. The journey begins in the first section, the duodenum. Here, the chyme is flooded with digestive fluids from 3 very important partners. Your liver, the body's largest internal organ, produces a greenish fluid called bile, which is stored and concentrated in the nearby gallbladder. Bile acts like a detergent, breaking down large fat globules into smaller droplets, a process called emulsification. This makes it easier for enzymes to digest them. Meanwhile, your pancreas sends in a powerful juice packed with enzymes to finish breaking down proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. It also releases bicarbonate to neutralize the acidic chyme coming from the stomach. As the chyme moves into the next sections, the jejunum and ileum, the absorption begins. The inner walls are covered in millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi, which are themselves covered in even tinier projections called microvilli. This creates a massive surface area, about the size of a tennis court, to ensure every last bit of goodness is absorbed into your bloodstream. After the small intestine has extracted all the nutrients, the leftover material, mostly water, electrolytes, and indigestible fiber, moves into the large intestine, also known as the colon. It's wider but much shorter than the small intestine, at about 5 feet long. Its main job is to act like a high-efficiency water reclamation plant. It absorbs most of the remaining water from the waste, turning it from a liquid into a solid stool. But the large intestine is also home to a bustling metropolis of trillions of microorganisms, your gut microbiome. These friendly bacteria are vital for your health. They feast on the fiber your body couldn't digest and, in return, produce essential nutrients like vitamin K and some B vitamins. They play a huge role in your immune system and overall well-being. Finally, the solid waste, now called feces, moves into the rectum, the final section of the large intestine. The rectum acts as a temporary holding area. As it fills and its walls stretch, it sends a signal to your brain, letting you know it's time to find a bathroom. The very end of the line is the anus, which is controlled by 2 sphincter muscles. These muscles work together to control the grand exit of waste from your body, bringing this incredible digestive journey to its conclusion. But wait, there's more. We can't forget the accessory organs. Salivary glands make that saliva full of enzymes. Your liver produces bile, which is key for breaking down fats. The gallbladder stores that bile until it's needed. And the pancreas, it jumps in with digestive enzymes and bicarbonate to keep things running smoothly. So, next time you grab a snack, take a second to appreciate the wild ride it's about to go on. Your digestive system, working 24/7 so you can eat, move, and thrive. Pretty awesome, right?